I am so thrilled to have my very first guest on my podcast who wasn't that hard to find, seeing as he's my big brother. So thanks for taking time out of your way today, Cody.
Just a text away.
Just a text away. But as most of you know, I feel weird saying Cody Simpson because it's like my guest, Cody Simpson, my full name. But we're here.
We do share a last name.
Yes, as a matter of fact, we do. But I'm so stoked to have Cody here because I think there's so much that we can dive into about like family life on the road, you know, sibling dynamics. I just want to make it like a really chill conversation. I've got lots of juicy, fun questions for you. And
Well, we have a lot of memories, so there'll be a lot to it, lot we can talk about.
we've got life on the road with the fam. We're going to talk about you and your life and your career and how you have managed to stay yourself throughout it all. And for me, that's been so inspiring my whole life. So.
Thank you.
So I want to start from the very start. So us growing up on the Gold Coast. So like we went to All Saints Anglican School. We were at Miami Swimming Club. And then
Which is like 1 block from here, actually.
It is.
Crazy.
It's around the corner.
Where we grew up swimming. Yeah.
Yeah. And then in 2010, everything changed. And I want to ask you, like, what do you specifically remember about that time? Because like I just remember me recording on my flip cam, like you in your bedroom. Do you remember the flip cams?
Yeah. The little like vertical, like kind of rectangular.
They were actually really handy. Yeah, I'll invoice you for the videography now.
Thank you.
Yeah. But what do you remember about that time? Is there anything that sticks out?
Jeez. It's weird to think about now because now it feels like 6 months, 12 months goes by so fast.
Yeah.
But like all that shit happened in a year.
Yeah.
From like, we were at school.
Yeah.
I posted videos. 6 months later, I'm in New York. And then 6 months later, we're all in America.
Like as a whole family.
As a whole family.
Yeah.
And
it went like that.
That was like within 12, 18 months. And like now, you know, just to think about how quickly it all happened then, it's weird. I almost didn't like process it at the time.
And being so young, like.
Or even think about
I did.
Yeah, repercussions of like everyone moving around, how young I was, how young you and Tom were when we all
Tom
went.
was so young.
Tom was like 6, you know?
Yeah. I was just frustrated that you made me leave All Saints and my crushes like at swimming. And I'm like,
Really?
I can't leave this
Yeah.
guy I really like.
leave-
Like all
yeah.
my friends, that's all I cared about.
Yeah, I know. We need alias names for like guys
Yeah, I was
that
gonna-
you don't want to mention.
Yeah, we don't need to shout him out.
Kevin and Joe. Oh, I'm just talking about.
Joe.
This is just the Jonas Brothers at this point.
Yeah, what about Nick? I
Nick.
mean,
Yeah, Nick. Yeah. You loved Nick. You did love Nick Jonas growing up.
I loved Nick Jonas,
Yeah.
but we're going to talk about that later.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of stories to get into.
Yeah.
When we first moved, we lived in a hotel for 6 months in a
Yeah.
1-bedroom with Nana Papa. Like they were over at the time, I think. But
Yeah.
me and Tom were like on a pull-out bed. Mum and Dad were in the bedroom.
I was like on the floor.
You were on the
like
floor.
a mattress.
It was chaos. That was just, I feel like that was a wild time. But anyway, not long after that, we ended up on tour pretty much straight away.
And things were like going so quick.
Yeah.
At the time, I was 13, 14. We were in West Hollywood at this hotel. I stayed there a couple weeks ago, actually, which is hilarious.
Shout out to Le Montrose. Is it still Le Montrose? It's probably changed.
It's
now.
just called Montrose now. They took the le out for some reason. I don't know why.
Cool.
But that was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I always think it was such a crazy world for us to endure so young, and Tom as well. Do you remember a lot of it? And like, how do you feel looking back on it all now?
Yeah, I remember most of it.
Yeah.
I feel like a totally different person than I did then. I think
It almost feels like another life now.
when you're that young, I meet 13-year-old kids now, and I'm like, oh, I was that age when I was doing that,
Yeah.
or like, you know,
Yeah. Like I was watching.
I'm like, oh, you're like a baby.
You
know?
were a baby.
Yeah,
Like I was
yeah.
when I was looking on YouTube, like trying to find some funny clips and things, and we watched your acceptance speech at the Kids' Choice Awards.
Yeah.
And I think you were like 13 or
Yeah, I would have been 13,
something for
14.
like Fresh Aussie Muso, and you were talking, and I'm like, you were so beyond your years at that time. Like,
Yeah, I don't know. I felt like an adult, which was
Yeah.
strange. And I was a kid, you know, I was in 8th grade, 9th grade.
Yeah.
And I look back on it so fondly now. I think like for
Yeah.
a second there, I looked back on it so like, what the hell was that? Like,
yeah,
not sure how to process it, not sure like how to feel about it. But now I look back on it going, it was the most beautiful gift ever.
yeah. And it's made you who you are today. Like,
Yeah.
everything shit that went down, everything amazing that went down, like,
Yeah, so such
has
a
led you
unique
here.
experience, but like I wouldn't change it for the world. And it's taught me so much. It's allowed me to pursue creativity for a living, which is like the dream.
Yeah.
And granted me so many miraculous experiences as a teenager that like
It's unheard
I
of.
now understand how unique it is and how rare it is, and so I appreciate it so much.
Yeah. I totally agree.
You know?
Yeah.
And this country is so big, and I was like the only kid that was plucked from the internet at that time and given this incredible opportunity.
Yeah.
And at the time, there was only like one kid from every continent that was like granted that opportunity, and I was the Australian kid that got the chance to do that. And I've been able to like hopefully make something of it, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I want to talk about mum and dad because like I know me and Tom's perspective, like because when we moved, we were just so excited because I was like, I want to go to Disneyland, and Tom was only like 6. So we thought of it as this incredible adventure. But now that I'm older, I always think about mum and dad and what they had to have given up and done and organized, and while we were just sort of in the thick of having fun.
Yeah.
And I always think back to the time when, you know, this is probably like a bit of a heavier topic, but like, you know, I'm at Disneyland, you're in the studio, and Tom's in like a litigation office with mum and dad, and like he's sitting there on his iPad with headphones on so he couldn't hear what was going on.
Yeah.
But when you had a bad time with management, and do you want to talk a little bit about that whole experience?
Yeah. We were definitely like, we were thrown in the shark pit at first.
Straight away.
Like, and then had to learn how to deal with it. And fortunately, I eventually found my way to like good people.
Yeah.
But I knew nothing about the industry. My parents definitely knew nothing about the industry.
We're all learning.
Our parents, lol.
Yeah, it's like our parents.
My parents.
Mum and dad, thanks.
The ones that aren't yours, but they're mine.
Tom's sitting here too.
You're adopted, by the way. I hope.
This is a joke.
I wanted to wait for us to be on here to tell you that.
I always say... I just start crying because I fully believe it.
Yeah.
I always feel like I have middle child syndrome. Like I'm just like the middle child. I'm just like something went wrong with me, and Tom always says, "Yeah, you're adopted." So I'm glad you've just like confirmed it now. Thanks.
Yeah.
So,
Mum, do you want to tell her?
Mum, is it time? Should I call Dad?
So funny. But yeah, they you know, being an adult now, I think I have more perspective on it of just how much they sacrificed, and that's a really special thing. Like I can imagine now having children in a few years, or you know, whenever, and being that age that they were when it all happened, and then giving up my life to allow my child to pursue their thing. And they definitely
amazing.
copped a lot of flack for it at the time. I remember well,
because it kind of was unheard
catty
of.
ass Karens at the swim club being like, I can't believe they would go to America and like do,
because America seemed so far-fetched.
Yeah.
It was like America, the United States.
Because like people just couldn't fathom like doing something like that or taking that kind of a risk.
Yeah.
You know, they probably ate their words a couple of years later. But at first I remember it was like people were like,
what are they doing? Why would they do this?
Can I swear on this podcast?
Yeah.
What the fuck are they doing? You know?
It's not a G-rated podcast.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be any fun, would it?
But they gave up so much, and we had to go through so much crap that tested the family big time, because we were thrown in with all these people that I decided to make, you know, a lot of money as like a tween, and then a lot of people wanted a part of that, and people wanted me to work more than I should have at a young age, and they tried, you know, very first like management and different people were trying to literally tried to have me legally emancipated so that I could work like
saying mum and dad
more
were
hours.
unfit parents, which is like the opposite.
I'm like,
of
yeah,
what
they're
they
unfit.
Are.
They like moved across the country for me. They're so unfit.
They're so shit.
They were also athletes. They're the fittest parents, you know.
They're realistically fit as well.
Yeah.
So it was such a crazy time.
And having to navigate that and not knowing about it till like I was 18 or something. And my mum was like, by the way, 4 years ago, this happened. I'm like, what?
Well, we're just out here having fun.
And they shielded me from that and shielded us from that, which was so, you know, so kind of them to do.
Yeah.
Because they could have easily been, you know, been more open about it, but they would have known how that would have affected us.
Yeah, absolutely.
As kids. And so it was cool that they let us live our lives as
without
know?
being exposed to all that world too soon.
Ignorance was bliss at that time. We
Absolutely.
were just like at red carpets and going to Disneyland and shit.
Yeah, going to like Disney Channel premieres and like hanging out with all these people we used to watch on Disney Channel. Like I just remember it being so wild. Yeah. So changing topics a little bit, and I know I don't even need to go into, you know, the fact that you're a swimmer and then you're a singer and then you're a swimmer and now you're a singer again.
Yeah.
Because
I've probably
everybody
talked about that enough.
Yeah, I can probably guarantee that like 99.9% of people watching, they're probably here because they do know all of that. So I don't want to go into it, but I do want to ask you, in terms of swimming and singing, and you've succeeded immensely in both lanes and avenues, what do you think that they had in common in terms of, you know, performance, and, you know, did you think that they went hand in hand at all?
I think they both had a really intense like risk to reward ratio, and there was very little guarantee of success in either of them.
Yeah.
And both required sort of persistent daily effort and the going through and this is like anything that you do that's new, going through the times of being bad.
Yeah.
Before you can be good.
Yeah.
Allowing yourself to be bad before you can be good.
Yeah, like for me, podcasting is new. I mean, like I had radio experience, but for me, I've been wanting to start this podcast for so damn long, which you know.
I know.
And I've been like scared to do it, you know? And it's just like, well, if the first few episodes are shit, they're shit. But like,
And that was me, you know, before going on stage, like not wanting to because you're worried it's going to be bad, and maybe it is going to be bad. And so, but you have to go, you have to go through that. Yeah. Like you have to like accept it beforehand and allow it to be bad before it's going to be good. Yeah. I remember being 13, going on stage. I'm going through puberty. My voice is cracking. People are laughing. I'm getting booed. Yeah. I'm at a music festival. Like
it gives me anxiety. Like
you know, and I'm on stage singing I, like, and my voice is literally cracking because I'm going through puberty in front of thousands of people, and I'm getting laughed at. And I come back and I'm crying backstage, and I'm like, this is crazy, you know? Yeah.
You doubt yourself,
and the label's like, no, next show tomorrow you're performing with, you know. And I was at a radio festival where it was like people were there to see Bruno Mars, but they had to watch this 13-year-old kid sing I.
Yeah, the radio shows were crazy because you were out there performing with the best of the best at the time. Everyone that had like the number one hits in the country.
And I'm a baby.
Yeah,
you know?
and you're a baby and you're out there learning.
But I had to allow myself to be bad, and then it was just through. I did hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of shows, and I think that I forget that. You know,
you did so many,
and that's the only reason that I think I'm good at it now. Yeah, you know. Yeah. And if I didn't do that, I wouldn't be. I still would be shit. And same thing with swimming. That's what I realized is because I went through that, and I thought, and when I was coming back to swimming, I remember my first race back. I'd only been training for a few months, but I had higher expectations of myself, which I always do. But I went in, just bombed it. Like it was awful. My coach was like yelling at me after. It was really disappointing. I went home. I punched a wall. I did push-ups till I cried.
Did you leave a hole in the wall? I'm like, whose house was this?
Yeah, I was in a friend's house. Yeah. Fortunately, like, not really. It was a little thing, but I had to get it, you know. Didn't
You're there then just like patching it up, like, sorry, bro.
I wasn't strong enough yet. I was still just starting my weights program. So, but had to allow myself to have these bad races, and I accepted it. And I said, okay, maybe I'm going to suck for a while. Am I in over my own head? Nah, show up tomorrow. And that was what it is. And, you know, starting anything new for you, even this podcast, it's like, maybe your first 20 episodes are going to be like mid, you know, like,
they'll be mid.
But they're not already. We're doing this one and it's awesome, you know? So, and you don't know, like I'll be standing on the blocks, absolutely shitting myself before like a effort in training.
I'd be like shaking.
Literally, I felt like I need to throw up all this stuff. And then you do it and you go, oh, whoa, I did it.
I actually can do it.
Come back the next time. It's like before you go on a roller coaster and then you're like, you don't want to go on the roller coaster. Someone forces you on it and then you get off and you're like, I want to go again. you know?
And that's what I've always admired about you, and I always look up to you in that sense that you can just, like, you just keep going and you're so persistent, and it's like, and you try all these new things that are scary, but you just do it anyway. Like you always just say, people can just do things.
You can just do things.
Like you can just do things, you know, no matter what it is. So for me, I think that's amazing.
Thank you.
And during all these like hundreds of shows on, you know, radio shows and everything, we were in school.
Yeah.
you know. So like they were up the back of the tour bus, like we left All Saints. I was in grade 7, you're in grade 8. And then we were homeschooling until we graduated in the back of a tour bus.
Literally.
Like,
I remember, we were doing, we did a lot of class together because we had the same teacher who traveled with us on tour.
Yeah.
And we would do it in the back of the bus. And
you, Tom, and I were classmates. So it was funny because we're all in different grades,
Yeah.
but we're all sitting there in the same classroom.
yeah.
And it's like,
crazy.
I always found it so hard not to get.
Tommy's doing like grade 3. We're doing grade 10.
Yeah, it was bizarre. I wanted to ask you, like, would you change anything school-wise? Because I remember at the time being so sad when I watched all my friends are like formal and
Really?
yeah, because I was like missing all of that, and that was probably because I was still young. Now I don't look back, like now I'm like I wouldn't change anything
Yeah.
for the world.
No, I didn't have that. I don't think I had that experience.
Yeah.
But I feel like you were way more of a social butterfly than me when we were growing up.
You're right.
Like
I just had mad
30,
FOMO.
You had 30 friends.
Yeah.
I was like, how does she have so? You were always going to like I had like 3 friends,
Yeah.
if that, and like.
I have like 3 friends now, so like things change. But anyway.
Yeah, and so I don't think I had that same feeling. I think I was always probably so busy at the time that I was kind of like, I didn't think about it that much, and then we were kind of graduated, and it was like over.
Yeah.
You know.
I know. It's wild.
Yeah, it was crazy though. We'd be on the bus and doing like. There'd be 100 girls outside the bus screaming.
Like banging on the doors.
Banging on the doors.
Like,
and I'm literally
you're
trying
doing like a math
to
exam?
learn long division, you know.
It's wild.
You're like, why am I doing this when they're all out there wanting to see me? You
Yeah.
know?
You're like, why am I doing school? Like,
It was actually a real test of like,
Yeah.
of discipline,
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely. Yeah. So now I want to talk about, you know, from now to the future, like you're going full blown back into music.
Yeah. Yeah.
You've played me some of the new songs, which are just like ridiculous. Like I'm like
Thank
a huge
you.
fan. I'm like, even if you weren't my brother, like I'd listen to it.
Sick.
You know?
That's good to know. That's the test, I think.
Yeah. So can you talk to us a little bit about like the new vibe, the new sound, some goals moving forward?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I think, as soon as I finished swimming, I knew I was going to go back into music. And I knew I wanted to do it big, and I knew I wanted to come back like full force into it and treat it like I was an athlete still.
Yeah. Especially coming straight out of being an athlete
Yeah.
for how many years?
So I was like,
okay.
and learning what I learned in the sport and how like.
It's like treating it like the Olympics of music.
Yeah. I'd never, with swimming, like I'd never worked that hard at anything before or that consistently or put myself in that many uncomfortable situations. And so I just came out feeling like Superman.
Yeah.
And I'm like looking at everything I'm doing now going, I can do anything.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
And so I'm like looking at the studio going, put me in the fucking studio every day. Mm-hmm. I'm texting my management like, why is my week not fully booked? Like, put me in, you know, like I'm like, put me in session. I don't care with who, like something will come out of it. I'll get better every day. So it's
like showing up to swimming training at 4 a.m. every morning and every night.
I think it's just because I'm so used to that now,
Yeah.
and I've reshifted that towards my music, and it's like already paying dividends because the stuff that's coming out is so good, and I'm so proud of it, and I'm working like kind of more intensely on it than I ever have.
Yeah.
And so I think that's only going to be a good thing for it, and you know, I've just been really, really efficient and prolific, and I'm really excited. It feels like the music feels like a blend of like everything I've ever been, from like my pop days to my like singer-songwriter acoustic days to like my kind of rock days. Like I've had a few different eras and
you need to do
phases.
an Eras tour.
Honestly.
Full Taylor Swift Eras tour. Like there's so many now.
Yeah, I've probably had 3 or 4. So it feels like a real blend of everything that I have ever been, but rolled up into a very modern and fresh sound, and so I'm really excited to share it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I think it feels very you. Like I just think it's never sounded more like you.
Awesome.
in all areas.
Sick.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, I think everyone's going to freak out.
Excited.
I'm going to switch it up a little bit now.
Yeah.
This is going to be super random and super fun. And I
Cool.
don't know how you're going to feel about it, but we can chat about it after you hear it. So what I've done, I've gone back through YouTube. I'm not trying to embarrass you, but I'm just being your sister.
You can.
I'm just being
That's your
sister.
job. That's your job.
Exactly. But I wanted to find some funny things that I could play like a soundbite for you.
Yeah.
That you could listen to from a previous interview or whatever. And then I just want to see if you have any comments on it whatsoever.
Okay.
But
Do I have to like guess what it's from or
you'll
something?
know what this one's
Okay.
from pretty much straight away, but we're gonna talk about it afterwards.
Okay,
All right,
cool.
let's go.
I'm here with an incredibly talented young musician, Mr. Cody Simpson is here. Everybody.
Oh no.
Now, I'm really good. Thank you
Good,
so
mate.
much
Thanks
for
for having
coming
me,
to
dude.
see us. It's
Yeah.
a pleasure. Now, you're
Of
about
course.
to
I was
go
wondering
on
if you
a
remembered
tour.
this one,
Yeah.
brother.
And I hear that you kind of try and plan your tours around surfing as much as possible. Is that true?
Oh, sort of. I kind of, yeah.
You surf everywhere you go.
Pardon?
You surf everywhere you go.
If there's waves, then I'll be out there if I have time. Yeah, for sure.
And you're not worried about this recent
Oh my
shark
God.
activity?
No,
with
no, I've
surf?
only
'Cause
ever
he's
seen
from your
one.
hometown, right?
Mick Fanning's from my
Yeah.
town. Yeah.
Yeah, who the guy
Yeah,
that
yeah,
punched
yeah.
the shark.
This
Yeah.
is really
Yeah.
like bringing
He was
back.
so beast.
I'm unleashing some trauma.
And do you
So
not
beast.
worry about...
Australian fighting. Yeah, sick.
But do you not worry about sharks at all when you're
No,
surfing?
I've only ever seen one. Yeah.
Right, that's one too many, just so you know. Like, that's like,
What am I
I've
doing?
only ever been hit by one car, so I
was
just still
sitting-
stand on the freeway, it's
Dude.
completely fine.
I've only been struck by lightning once. No, I was sitting there, hammerhead underneath me. Yeah. Right under. Kept going though.
You look worried now.
It's just
I'm
yeah.
bringing up
It's a
trauma
mix
for
of
you, I
emotions.
feel
To
bad.
get out of the water, or...
I did get out of the water, yeah.
Yeah, I mean-
It was me and my dad up there, and yeah, he freaked out. I was like, yeah, we should probably go in.
Now, whenever...
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. So my question is, were you seriously like fucking stoned or something when we went on James Corden or what? Like,
No, I was really high.
Weed every day. Smoke weed every day.
hell yeah.
Oh I was so high. I was smoking weed
Was it
every day.
You actually were.
I was
smoking weed every
single
day. So you're like, yep, we're
It's
walking
really
into
mixed
James
emotions
Corden.
with that phase of my life.
I can
and
imagine.
I shouldn't have been on TV at that stage because I was.
I'm sorry to
I was
unlock
like-
the trauma.
No, it's good to like confront because
Yeah.
I was like going through it at that time.
Yeah.
Um,
and
It's like an embarrassing get to be for sure, cringing.
at least there's no visuals for you to see right now.
Yeah, because I was frying myself left, right, and center.
Yeah.
I was really creative. I was hyper creative at the time, and I was discovering a lot about myself musically and creatively and all these things. But at the same time, I was treating myself really poorly. I think I had a lot of teenage angst around my experience growing up in the public eye.
Yeah, absolutely.
I felt trapped. I felt really boxed in. I felt like I was misunderstood. I felt like I was trying to figure out who I was amidst people having already told me who I was.
Yeah, while you were still trying to figure that out.
And so
Yeah.
I think I felt like I was in this box and I was like banging at all the walls really hard trying to get out. And I just felt suffocated. And I think I was using
And the
drugs
weed-
and alcohol
yeah,
to
bit of an escape.
try and
Bit of escapism.
find a way out.
Yeah.
And that is not the way out ever, but it was what I turned to try and rebel against anything and everyone I could.
Yeah, because we were definitely all worried about
and-
you at the time. But
Yeah.
being so young and being exposed to all that world and like the clubbing and the drugs and everything like at that level of fame too is not normal. So I
No.
think like anyone in your position would have been doing the same thing.
Yeah,
Like-
yeah. And fortunately, there isn't too many interviews that I did during that time when
There
I was going
wasn't.
through that. But unfortunately,
That one was just
for
a
some
doozy.
reason, I went on one of the largest TV
I'm like, why James Corden?
late night TV
Yeah.
shows in America
Yeah,
in sort of the darkest sort of midst of it. And I tried to pull it together to go on, but I was obviously not
Yeah.
in the best headspace and
Yeah.
could hardly speak by the sounds of it, which
Yeah.
is, kind of a reflection of like where I was at mentally. Cause I was probably severely hungover. I don't even know how I performed musically on that show.
Did you sing
At
too?
that- yeah, I sang. Yeah, it was right after my album Free came out and I sang
Yeah.
this song called Living Easy on that show. And
Good thing I didn't bring that one up. I'm actually so sure you probably sounded amazing. I feel like even
it probably
singing
sounded
high, you were
okay.
pretty
Singing,
good.
yeah, singing is all right, but the speaking, the coherence of conversation was not there.
Hmm.
And I'm really glad I kind of went through that because
Mm-hmm.
it taught me a lot, and I came out the other side a lot stronger and better.
Yeah,
But it was
you did.
certainly a really chaotic period for me mentally. A lot of angst,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of a lot of stress, and it was just sort of, I think, a reflection of my internal state at the time. Yeah.
I feel like in a way it's good because you got that almost like that phase that every teenager goes through, sort of out of the way, and now you're sort of out of it. And I feel the same about myself. Like I think because I was exposed to the world of partying and all that, like you sneaking me into clubs.
It's very enticing too. Like you're given whatever you want, and at an age where you shouldn't have access to it.
Yeah, absolutely. Like we were going to clubs, or you getting me in the back of clubs probably like 16, 17, like Bootsy Bellows and all that, like and at such a young age, but it just kind of felt so normal at the time. And like
going, come to One Oak, and like you're a child and I'm also a child.
You're only 1 year older than me. Yeah, so it was such a bizarre time, but I think it's nice that you get all out of the way, so you're not like getting older and still caught up in that like world in that scene. So,
for sure. It's just
you learn so much from it in a way.
I think unfortunately, I guess I had to be that way and play that out in front of the world or in front of
that's the unfortunate
television
thing.
as
Everyone
opposed to in a private room with like my friends.
Your best friends in a house in Burley. Like
with no one watching. But unfortunately I'm on James Corden and I'm like having to be, some measure of a human being whilst I really wasn't at the time. So it was an interesting thing to go through, but
an out of body experience.
But a lot of people, and I can't really think of anyone that had I can't really think of any musician that started as young as I did and went through what I went through that didn't have a phase like that.
Yeah, you're right.
And have to kind of play that out and be a little bit of, and kind of crash out like publicly.
Full crash out. Yeah, public crash out.
People I've known, Miley, Justin, like
everyone's
Demi
been
Lovato,
through it.
All these people like have all gone through stuff like that
on
in
different
public,
levels and different extremes.
And that was just, I guess, my version of that. So
I'm like, sorry to embarrass you, but it's nice to reflect
on. It's good.
And unpack it a little bit.
I need to. You can't run from that stuff.
No,
especially
when it's on the internet.
I need to face it, see it, feel the like,
I knew you were going to be like, oh no,
and then accept and be like, that is what it is.
Yeah. Moving on to the next soundbite. I'm like, don't worry, this one's about me. Like this one, it was a bite from me, and I want to see if you have any comments on this. You probably remember when this happened. I'm like, I know you probably get a lot of questions about Bieber and things, but maybe a little bit different to this.
Let's hear this. Is this just him trying to riz you?
I do a thing called Crush of the Week.
Okay.
So
my
I have
crush of the week. Can you be my crush this week?
I mean, if you really want me to be a crush of the week, I can.
Cool.
Yeah. So are you seeing anyone right now?
I'm not seeing anyone right now. I'm single.
Okay, great. We can get dinner then.
Right.
It sounds like I was trying to raise him.
You were, yeah.
I think I was like 15 or 16. This was my radio
Justin
show
Settle, bro.
on Radio Disney. I'm like, that's going to make Cody cringe so hard.
That's so funny.
It's so funny. And then I'm like, do I just like all of your friends? Or like, do I just go for all of your friends?
Well, your first boyfriend was my best friend.
That makes me sound so bad.
It was, though.
It was at the time.
Your first boyfriend, when you were like 14, 15, was my best friend in the world. I'm
sorry.
And you guys dated for like 6 months before you told me.
Yeah, it was bad.
And I don't even think either of you told me. I think Mum told me or something.
Really?
Because I
don't even remember how.
I was like, what's going on here? Something's like weird. And Mum was like, no, like Alli's dating. We'll call him Kevin right now.
Yeah,
but
Kev.
like,
but I remember saying to him at the time, I was like, is it your job to tell Cody or mine? And like, we were so young, like it was so innocent.
Probably his, but also like we were kids. Yeah,
we were
like
kids.
We were 15, so
yeah.
But yeah, you have had a liking for my friends for
like a while
for a long
now.
time. Yeah,
but in my defense, I feel like because we're so close in age. You're only a year older than me. It's like if there's all these guys hanging around all the time.
Like hot guys that are all like a year or two older than you, you're going to be like,
It just probably seemed appealing or seemed appealing
for sure.
at the time. But I promise I'll try not to go for your friends anymore. Moving onwards and upwards, I'll find my own nice man.
There are so many guys out there.
There are. You're like, please go away.
I don't have that many friends.
Yeah, you're like, go and find your
You always seem to like find them.
You know what? You know what's really funny is that I had a thought the other day and I'm like, I've always had these crushes on like Cody's friends or like gotten with Cody's friends. And then I'm like, has Cody ever gotten with one of my friends? And I have no idea. And I was just like, I was like, whoa, mind blown.
No, actually.
Wow, you're a better sibling than me.
Yeah, I haven't.
Not that you would say it now anyway.
No, but I haven't.
No,
like I would. No, I would say it. I would say it. Fuck it. I would say it.
And I just start crying. I'm like, my best friend.
Oh yeah. By the way, I hooked up with.
No, it was a funny
trying
thought.
to recollect. No.
Sweet.
No.
Sweet.
No.
Deal. All right, so moving on to my little next phase of questions for you. I want to flip the interview and ask you this question about me.
Yeah.
Seeing as like my whole life and my whole career, I've dabbled in like so many different things.
Yeah.
You know, like I've done a bit of like radio, hosting, modeling, singing, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
What do you, me being 27 now, I feel like I'm at the age where I'm like, okay, I got to figure this shit out. Like I got to
Yeah.
figure out what is like the one thing I want to like be better at, become a professional at.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you what you
to like lock in on something
Just-
and really
yeah.
develop it.
Because
and
I
do
just
it.
feel like
Yeah.
I've been just floating and because I enjoy doing everything and I just
Yeah.
feel like I've been floating and coasting and like
Well, I'm the same way. Like I love doing everything too. Like
Yeah.
so many different things. Even in music, I'm like, I love this genre. I love this genre. I love doing that. I'm like, what the hell am I gonna do?
yeah.
Because you know.
Yeah. So I wanted to ask you, what do you think from your perspective is something that I should focus on or you feel like I might be best at?
Gosh.
Or like feel most natural for me?
Yeah.
I mean, like I think I know the answer, but I just wanted to see like from your perspective.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you sang when you were younger.
Mm-hmm.
You were a recording artist for a couple of years.
Yeah. Which is wild.
Because you had access to all of that and you're a great singer. Like you're a great
Thanks.
vocalist and you probably could have taken that path, you know?
I could have, but what I was
Like you started at the same time as Sabrina Carpenter and look at her now.
I know.
You know?
I know.
And I think if
Totally.
you really, if you were passionate about it, which I
Which I-
understood eventually that you didn't love performing.
Yeah, which
You know?
I ended up figuring out because my first ever performance was at like a Kids' Choice Awards Slimefest thing.
Yeah.
Slimefest. And I remember you were trying to like coach me and help me really get over that like performance things. I remember being so nervous. I was
Yeah, I remember
shitting
that.
myself
I remember it.
to sing live. Like I'd love, like I'll do anything on stage. I'll dance, I'll act, I'll host. I just can't sing on stage.
You don't want to sing in front of people. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So I remember going up and I had a meltdown and I was like, I think I'm going to have to lip sync.
Yeah.
And I remember not singing live because I cracked
lip
last
synced.
minute and
Yeah.
we played the track.
I
I
remember,
lip synced
yeah.
and I was like, I felt so ashamed, but I also felt proud of myself for doing it. But
Yeah.
like, I think that was a moment for me that I was like, yeah, I actually don't know if this is for me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And that's good that you figured that out, and it's awesome that you tried that. You know, I think you definitely, if you felt differently about it, have the ability to do it.
Yeah.
Or had the ability to do it.
Yeah.
I think when you started your first radio show, you
Yeah.
really found like a groove, and you are so good with people and love talking to people and are so sociable and so great at sort of carrying a conversation like this one.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and as you did with your show on Radio Disney, in which you interviewed some amazingly successful musicians and actors and everything.
Yeah.
And you're so good at that.
Thanks. Yeah.
That to me feels like your wheelhouse or like
Yeah.
what you feel most comfortable doing.
Yeah.
You know?
Definitely.
Yeah.
I think, I guess with the radio experience, that does come super naturally to me.
I feel like you're most comfortable when you are you and being you, as opposed to
I totally agree.
being as an actor. You almost have to be like
You have to be obsessed with becoming, somebody else and embodying somebody
for sure.
else.
You have to be obsessed with the idea of you almost have to enjoy being a blank canvas and being able to take on different personalities and wear different masks.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like you love being you.
Yeah,
You
I
know?
do. I do. Like
In the best way, like
the
as
best
in
way.
like you want to be you and share your personality and whatever. And I don't know if you are necessarily interested in, I may be wrong, but
Yeah.
in the craft of acting and becoming a different person and
Yeah.
doing all that stuff. Whereas I
Yeah.
feel like you want to be you and share your amazingly, bubbly personality and be able to lend that to whatever that may serve,
Yeah.
whether
Yeah.
that's a TV show or a podcast like this or
Exactly.
whatever.
No,
How do you feel?
I totally agree with you. I think
Yeah.
that's just who I am, and like hosting anything on TV, podcasting, radio, like all of that is just like feels second nature to me.
Yeah.
I love it.
Is
So,
that the answer that you have?
Yeah.
Is that what
Yeah.
you think? Yeah, cool.
Yeah, I'm like, you passed the sibling test. You know me well.
Yeah.
This is a funny one. Seeing as I embarrassed you before playing your James Corden interview, can you remember any time, or is there any time over how many years that I ever embarrassed you?
Gosh.
I can remember one, and you probably can't remember it. But
What is it?
circling back to the Jonas Brothers,
Okay. Oh yeah. Wait.
you might remember it. So when
Can you probably tell the story better than I do.
yeah, so when we first moved to the States, like I was a big Jonas Brothers fan, of course, as every 13,
You were,
12, 13-year-old girl at the time was.
Yeah.
And you ended up getting a studio session with Nick, and Nick Jonas being my favorite at the time.
Oh yeah.
And you took me to these big studios, and
I can't even remember what I did with
but
him.
you'll probably remember what I did when I embarrassed you. But anyway, you organised me to meet them, and it was a surprise, and I was so excited. And anyway, the three of them walked over to the table. It was like a lunch setting outside of the studios, and I like sunk under the table. Like I actually slid under the table, but then you had a session with Nick. So like I met all of them and I was like, this is so exciting.
Yeah.
We go in, you and Nick are just talking, you know, hanging out in the studio. I'm sitting like this chair in the corner and being a 12-year-old like on Snapchat.
Oh yeah, you took a sneaky picture of him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Of you guys. So I took and the flash went off. And I just remember this, your face will never leave my mind. Like you just looked at me as like, what the fuck? Like,
yeah, I remember you've brought this up now. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
But I now remember it vividly because you've unlocked a deep cavern of my mind,
Yeah.
my memory.
I was like, I was just trying to take a
So
sneaky for like
it was
my
like the
best
right
friend.
at the beginning of my career, and Nick's like asked.
You were 13
Nick's like
years old.
asked to write with me.
Yeah.
For my album,
Yeah.
and I'm like, you know,
And you're like, I'll bring Alli
and I'm
because
like, I'll
that's a
bring
nice
you
thing
because
to
like
do.
you're a big fan, whatever. I'm like, sit in the corner, be quiet.
And you both
you know.
looked over and I was like, oh no. And then Nick came on the Alli Simpson show on Radio Disney and I told him the story and he remembered it.
Oh my God.
And that was years later. He goes, oh, that was you. Like, oh my God. I was like, no.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so that's an embarrassing moment of my.
I probably just death stared the shit out of you, hey?
No, you did. I'll never unsee it. Like seriously, yeah, the face. I'll never forget it. Like,
That's
your
so
eyes
funny.
were just like. Yeah. Anyway, I thought that was funny. Another question.
Yeah.
I want us to both say our favorite song of each other's in 3 seconds.
Ooh, okay. Who goes first? We'll say them at the same time.
At the same time.
Okay, here we go.
3, 2, 1. Do you love
Guilty.
me still?
Nice. Nice.
I almost said one of the new songs, but I'm like, I don't know which titles
Yeah.
I could say because there's like 3 that I would have said before Do You Love Me Still. But yeah, I love that song. It's
Hell
random
yeah.
that you like Guilty because that was
I love
kind
Guilty.
of my most like unsuccessful song. But
Sometimes it goes that way.
yeah,
I feel.
but I really liked that song too. And
I love that song.
I remember being so excited when we went to a red carpet and I met Meghan Trainor.
Yeah.
and she was
Did
like-
she write it?
No, she didn't write it, but she said her favorite song of mine was Guilty. And I remember thinking, that's so crazy that you've even heard Guilty.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
thought that was really cool.
Yeah, Guilty was
Yeah.
a smash.
Yeah. I'm going to bring it back.
Underrated song. Like, Notice Me was bigger,
Yeah.
but Guilty was. Did you do a music video for Guilty?
I did, but it never came out.
Maybe that's
because I
why.
didn't really like it that much.
Maybe that's why.
Yeah.
Because Notice Me had the really good video,
Yes. Yeah.
which I think supported the success of it.
Yeah. The
Whereas
video and that song just went so well together.
Guilty didn't have one,
No.
but the song, I like the song more.
Yeah.
I love both, but I think Guilty was my jam.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
awesome. I would just have to go through and pick a favorite song of yours from every era because
Do You Love Me Still is cool.
just so-
Underrated track for sure.
Yeah,
Deep cut on the
so
recent
cool.
album, but yeah.
yeah, so cool.
I want to try and I'm going to try and give it a moment at some stage.
reckon.
Maybe really bring it into my set when I start playing live. And,
should.
and have it
Resurgence.
become a bit of one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bring it back.
Yeah.
For sure. Well, that's about it. That's all I have for you. I feel like I just talked your ear off for the last 45 minutes, but I think we have a lot of like good stuff and it was a really nice chat.
Yeah. So good to chat.
Yeah.
Love to come back on.
Any last words for your audience
Ooh.
to wrap this up?
No, thank you for having me. Thank you guys
Yeah.
for, if there are people that have like watched us since like the YouTube days, then
Welcome
thanks for, like-
back.
welcome back.
Yeah.
We back.
We're back. We're back, baby.
You know, we got, I'm just trying to think of some niche references from like the early YouTube days, like Britney's Nerd,
Britney's Nerd, Ceramic Chicken,
Ceramic Chicken. We got
Super Beach Kids.
Super Beach Kids.
Gold
we got,
Coast
What are
Finest.
some of the other ones we did together? Britney's Nerd was the big one.
Britney's Nerd. What else did we do?
That was a little mini movie masterpiece, cinematic masterpiece.
It was. I don't even know if it's on YouTube anymore. Actually,
it
probably is. Someone's re-uploaded it.
We got
Teach Me How to Dougie.
Teach Me How to Dougie.
We sort
got-
of smashed that
yeah.
with my purple stockings
Yeah.
and all.
Gangnam Style.
Gangnam Style on tour.
On tour. There's so many. So welcome back.
Welcome back.
you know.
And to all the new listeners, welcome
Welcome. Yeah.
to the future.
Yep.
But yeah, thanks again, Codes. And thank you everyone for listening to that episode.
Welcome and come well.
Ew.
Jesus Christ.
Too much. Anyway, that wraps up that episode with my brother Cody, though he will be back next week for a bit more of a fun episode.
Let's go.
We got some games to play, some dating green flags, red flags, the whole thing. So tune in next week.
Let's do it.
Well, that wraps up my episode with my brother Cody. He will be back next week, and we'll see you next time on So Alli.
That one's so good.